What is up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So if you've seen any of my previous videos, they've pretty much all had to do with finishing my garage, and it is finally finished. So it is time I give you a garage tour, and then I'll break down the cost. The first thing we're going to talk through is structurally foundational stuff, such as insulation, drywall, paint, trim, lighting, stuff like that. So if anybody's following from the beginning, we had absolutely nothing in this garage. We actually ripped out all the circuits and all the lighting. We ripped out the garage door opener. We took it completely down to the stud. So there's nothing in here except for this breaker box. So there are 3 circuits that we have wired up in this garage, and that's so I can plug multiple things in and it won't blow the breaker for one circuit. So the first circuit is covering this wall and this wall. The second circuit is just the workbench, so all the outlets beyond the workbench, everything powering the fridge over. And then the third circuit is a separate circuit with 1 outlet in the closet and then 3 outlets on the ceiling. We also need to run a circuit for the lights and put in 18 pot lights throughout our ceiling. So there were originally, I think, like 2 standalone light bulbs in here. I put 18 pot lights, including the one in the closet. And then I put smart lights in here so I could change the color, change the hue, shut whatever one's off that I want to. So that was all for electrical. Next we needed wall insulation, so we put R13 in the walls. We needed drywall up after that. We needed mud on the drywall. Huge shout out to my neighbor Tom, which did all the drywall work. I tried to help him, but he told me I was so bad at it that it would go quicker if I just let him do it, so he did the majority of it. Once we got the drywall up on the walls, we needed to put vapor barrier, we needed to put baffling, and we needed to put the drywall up on the ceiling. Once that was in, we did blow-in insulation in the ceiling, so the garage is fully insulated, R13 in the walls, R49 in the ceiling. I am in Ohio, so it's a little bit colder up here. If you live down south, you might not need that much insulation. Once drywall was up, we painted everything. We painted the walls gray and the ceiling black. We then put the trim up all along the wall, which we used plywood for. And then once all the trim was up, we decided to do the floors. So the floors are black epoxy. I love the way those came out. If you were ever thinking about doing it, yes, you should. We also did frame out this closet right here, so it could hold a bunch of stuff that I didn't really want to see, and I just wanted to shove it in there and close, such as the floor jack, sweeper, pressure washer, a bunch of random stuff. So once we got all that done, we actually did this before we got all that done, we put in this heater. So not only is that heater on, that's the climate controlled heater that I set at a certain temperature. Then if it falls below that temperature, it kicks on and keeps the garage climate controlled. We also put in a nice little fireplace that throws off some heat. It's also decorative, but helps keep the garage warm on those 0-degree days outside, along with the insulation. Past that, if you watched one of the early videos, I used to have a center mount garage door here, which actually broke the garage door. It's still broken, it's just painted black now, so you can't really see it. So we got rid of that and did a side mount garage door opener. This side mount garage door opener is not meant for this garage door, so check out that video if you have a garage door it's not supposed to go on, but you want to put it on anyways. Next, we needed storage for all the tools, so that's where the Husky cabinets come in. So I have 3 Husky wall cabinets over here. I have 3 Husky wall cabinets over here, a standing cabinet, and then 3 of the extra wide drawer, 3 of the extra wide Husky drawer sets. Those are awesome. On top of the Husky drawer units, we have 1 solid sheet of plywood. So they did come with butcher blocks, but because the butcher block didn't go all the way back to the wall, there's a little ledge in my garage where these are moved forward. It didn't go all the way back to the wall, and there were little cracks in between where if you have a tiny drill bit and it rolls over, it'll get stuck in the crack, and that's annoying. I took them off and I put 1 sheet of plywood. Now I was originally going to paint it black like, well, everything else in the garage, but my wife said she liked the color of it without it being painted. I did paint a black border around it and painted the trim in black, but I left the majority of it neutral, and I actually carried that through onto the other workbenches in the garage as well. We have this wall-mounted one that doubles as a desk where I can sit and work right in front of the window, nice view to the backyard. But we also have this one. This one with the fireplace in it, it is on wheels, and it is so I can move it out away from the wall, move it wherever I want it, but also with this there, my truck will not fit in the garage. It takes up the whole length of the garage, so I need this to move out of the way, and this actually moves out of the way and sits over top of my desk where I can still use it as a standing desk while the truck is in the garage. There's also this wrap rack. It holds 3 rolls of wrap. It has a nice little shelf above. So now that we have somewhere to store all of our tools away, what about quick hanging tools? For that, We got wall control panels, so we have one up here. We have two more over here, which are really neat. And then we have slat wall. So I put slat wall up behind the workbench. I put it up all along this wall. Say hi to Tucker. And then I also put it up in the closet. So taking a look in the closet that we made, we have some shelves. We have the floor jack, some oil, hydraulic fluid, all kind of good stuff. Hoses and everything hung up along the slat wall. I love the slat wall. Easily configurable. A little pricey if you look at some of the regular like cardboard pegboard options, but it's much better than that. The accessories, if you go with Pro Slat, you're going to be paying a lot. If you go on Amazon, you run the risk of them not fitting, but I would still recommend going to Amazon. So for the electronics, the furniture, the nice to have stuff, we have a seating area over here, the recliner from downstairs, and then a couch. We have the desk that I work at, computer chair, computer. We have a fridge over there that has beer in it, yummy. And the TV, so I hope my wife and child spend time with me out here in the garage as I'm working on the cars. That's pretty much a complete walkthrough of everything I did in the garage. If you're more interested in how I did some of those things, check out the other videos because everything's documented. There's a video for everything in this garage. Go check those out. And if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments, but let's jump into how much everything cost me. Going in the same order we went in the video, starting with electrical, it was about $750 for the 3 circuits, breakers, outlets, can lights, all of that. The outdoor lighting was another $500. I put a floodlight in the backyard and 2 wall-mounted lights out front. And then the smart lights for the garage, because I did go a little bit above and beyond on smart lights, those cost $500. Jumping into insulation, it was about $500 for the wall insulation, about $900 for the blow-in ceiling insulation. That doesn't include ceiling prep. Before we had to put on the drywall, ceiling prep was around $250. Drywall was another $900 for the ceiling drywall and the drywall on the wall. After the drywall was up, we needed paint, which came in at around $500, covered the door and garage door as well, and then we needed trim and also to paint the trim, and that was $150. We did put in the window in front of me, which cost about $600 to put in. Next is the heater. The heater was more expensive than you need to go as well. This is $1,100. You can get around about the same thing for a different brand for around $400. To open the garage door, we got side mount garage door. That came in at $500. We built these 2 workbenches along with the wrap rack over here for around $250. We did some maintenance to the door, added a dog door, some diamond plating blinds, $150 there. All the Husky cabinets, the original price was $3,500. After mine were damaged, I did call Lowe's and get a discount off that, but that's what you can expect to pay. And then we have the wall control panels. I got 3 of them for $150. The slat wall, which came in a 4 by 8 foot section, I got 2 of them, which came $400. And then last was the furniture, such as the couches, TV, fridge, around about $1,000. So total cost for everything I spent to get the garage to this point, not including any of the tools, is around $12,000. You might be saying to yourself, Ethan, I don't give a shit about half of the stuff you put in your garage. I just care about what I would need to do to make my garage comfortable. Electric is about $1,000, insulation was about $1,500, and then drywall was about another $1,000. So for about $3,500, you can have a garage that's perfectly comfortable and great to work in. If you have any questions, let me know. Check out those other videos in the series. If there's anything you have questions on, go check out one of those videos, and I'll catch you for all the car projects.